Okay, so here's the thing. Last time you guys went on stream, like tons of people asked me, like, how do we get the 100 free polls that they're promising us? And it's never just here's 100 polls. Here you go. Congratulations. Welcome to the game, right? They just don't do this, and it sucks. I do also agree with a lot of people. Like, I do think it's scummy. It is scummy to tell you, like, here, you create your account and get 100 free polls, right? It's never that way with any gacha game that I've ever played. So first things first, they tell you, like, hey, check it out. We're gonna, like, give you 100 polls, right? The first thing that you need to do to understand how you get these 100 polls is go onto the news for the game, dude. Like, literally just the notices. In the case of ZZZ, the place where they're going to tell you what you get for playing the game is the official release reward summary. And you go here and you see that you are going to get eventually 70 master tapes, 70 polls. You're going to get 20 polls in the limited banner, and you're going to get 1600 polychrome. This is the equivalent of 10 polls. So this is the 100 polls that they're promising you, plus the 80 Bupon, whatever the fuck this is. 70 normal polls, 20 limited banner polls, and 1600 polychromes, which is equal to 10 polls of either the limited polls or the non-limited polls, whichever one you would like them to be. These are the 100 pools that they're offering you, okay? But here's the thing. You don't get these right out the way. Like I told you guys before. They are separated in ways of getting them. So firstly, 20 of the free non-limited pools, they are given to you in your mail right in the beginning of the game. When you log in over here, this is the pre-registration milestone rewards. You just go into this and you click OK and you click claim and you get your free 20 pools, like free 20 pools right out the gate. So what you do get out the gate isn't the fucking 100 pools. It's just 20 pools on the non-limited banner. That unfortunately doesn't even guarantee you the first SSR that you can get, which comes at 50 pools in the non-limited banner. But let's keep going. Then the second thing is the login rewards. When you log into the game for the first time, you're going to get 10 master tapes, which are the non-limited pulls. So up to now, this one you also get off the gate just for logging in the first time. Okay. Then you get this and you got 30 pulls. Still not the PD that we want for the 50 pulls for the SSR, but it is what it is. The next 10 pulls that you're going to get, they are limited banner pulls, and they are got by logging in a total of 7 days. So you're not going to get those 10 pulls unless you log in for every day for 7 days. So that's the first time gate that we have for you to get your pulls. Second, there is another event that is going to start on July 11th, okay, so next week, which is also a login of 7 days that you can get 7 non-limited pulls. So over here, the 20 encrypted master tapes that they promise you, they will be given to you if you log in for 7 days starting in the first week, and then the next 10 of those 20 is going to be given you starting next week if you log in for 7 days. Now, you don't need to log in during the whole 7 weekday. You have to log in 7 days as long as you get those 7 days done by August 13th. These 20 encrypted master tapes, they are time gated with your logins. As long as you log in for 7 days starting in the first week and you log in for 7 days starting in the second week, and you have up to August to be able to finish those logins. So we're looking at least at 15 days for you to get your 20 limited pulls. Kind of sucks, I know, but it is what it is. Up to now, we talked about getting 30 of the master tapes, and we talked about how to get 20 of the encrypted master tapes. Okay, so again, we're still short 40 master tapes. I'm going to short 1600 polychromes. Now, there is going to be an event going on. The name of the event is Road to Proxy Greatness. So the event is about reaching internet levels 5, 15, 20, 25, and 30 respectively. So internet levels, they are basically your world level. Now, if you play Genshin Impact, if you play Honkai Star Rail, if you play Wuthering Waves, it is the equivalent of the Adventure level in Genshin. It is the equivalent of the Trailblaze level in Honkai Star Rail. It is the equivalent of your Union level in Wuthering Waves. And many other gacha games have an equivalent to this. Like, you guys probably understand what I'm talking about. You get this by playing the main scenario quests, doing the content that the game has for you to do, and like using your stamina. This is a normal thing for every gacha game. Whenever you do, main story quests, whenever you use your stamina to farm materials like Ascension materials or relics, all those activities contribute toward leveling up your internet level or your ward level. And this is something that takes time and just takes you logging into the game every day, using your stamina, going through the main story of the game, it's just doing the content of the game. But it is time gated. I am not sure how long it takes for you if you spend your whole stamina every day and you do the main scenario quests to get to level 30, but I would wager that it will take you at least 15 days to 20 20 days if you don't spend money to refresh, to total refresh every day. If you do everything that you're supposed to do every day, you do all the story quests that the game has for you to do, and you spend all your stamina every day. You don't let it overcap. This is just from my experience playing gacha games, so I really don't know how much this is. If you guys do know, I would love it if you guys can pinpoint in the comments to me to help out the other players out how long it takes for you to get to level 30. Okay, if you guys have a better idea than I do, but I would say it's no more than 15 to 20 days, but it is a time game. This forces you to play the game's content, the whole thing, before you're able to get the 40 master tapes that you're missing, that they promised you, and the 1600 polychromes, which can be converted into either a master tape, which is a non-limited banner pull, or a limited banner pull, which is the encrypted master tapes, if I'm not mistaken. Now, I'm going to show you where to use the pulls that you get, of course, right? So all you do here is, if you're playing controller like me, you press L2 and you press R1, or you might use a mouse and you just click on it. So finally, talked about how we get our 100 pulls, and we found out that our 100 pulls, they are 70 of those pulls are a non-limited banner pulls, which is this banner over here, which I'll explain to you guys in a little bit, and 20 of those pulls, which is going to take you at least 15 days to get, is going to be in the limited banner, which is the banner for Ellen. So Ellen is the limited character. Nice. So here's the thing. My suggestion, okay, you're just going to use your 70 pulls that you get for the standard banner on the standard banner, because obviously that is the only place that you can use it for. In the standard banner, in your first 50 pulls, you are going to get a guaranteed SSR. That is a random SSR out of these 5 characters here. Awesome. So my suggestion to you guys as you start playing the game is just play the game with the main characters that the game gives you until you get enough pulls to actually get a character from this. You might be lucky like I was, and you get a character in your first pull, and then you can already start building your team on that character if you like him. If you don't like him, unfortunately, it's just tough luck. This game does not have anywhere near the amount of good release award content that Wuthering Waves has. All we get is this first random 5-star during the first 50 pulls, and that's kind of what you have to roll with. And if you don't like it, unfortunately, then you're just gonna have to re-roll, which sucks, but it's just what the game is, man. I was really lucky. I got the character that I wanted, which is Alexandrina, on the first pull. It was really, really lucky. This never happened to me in like 6 years of playing gacha games. It was the first time in my life where I got the non-limited random character that I wanted out of a gacha launch. Except Wuthering Waves, where they gave me a selector right off the bat. So then it's really hard for you to not get that. But so I don't count that because it wasn't really RNG. And if I did count the RNG, because Wuthering Waves is the exact same beginner banner thing, I got Kocharo. Kocharo's cool, but it's not the character I wanted. So my suggestion is you play with Nicole, Billy, and Ambi during the first missions of the game until you get at least enough, until you get at least 50 of these that you can spend to get your guaranteed 5-star. And getting Nicole, Ambi, and Kid to level 10 isn't going to use almost anything of your resources. So really don't worry too much about it. It's not going to ruin your resources to have the 3 main characters level 10, so you can just do the beginning of the story and get enough, pulls in this banner so you can get your SSR. Once you do get your SSR, and let's say you don't want to re-roll for it and you're just going to roll with the SSR that you got, then you can start building upon that SSR that you get. So let's say that you got Nekomata. So characters in this game, they work in a way that, on a general manner, their passive triggers when they are playing with a character that either has the same type of attack that they have, the same element, or the same team that they're on, in-lore team. So let's say if you get Nekomata and she's a physical DPS and she is part of the team that the main characters are. So if I get Nekomata, then it's worth for me to play with Nicole, Ambi, or Kid, because they're in the same team that she is, and they activate her passive. Makes sense? Another thing would be you get a free Korin, right? Korin isn't part of the same team as Nekomata, but she has the same damage type. So that means that Nekomata and her passive abilities would trigger because they have a same character of a same damage type in their team. That makes sense? In my case over here, like I told you guys, I got Alexandrina. So I have Ambi in my team because Ambi has the same elemental type as Alex. Both of them trigger their passives because they're the same element. And then I put in Korin because even though Korin has a different element, she is of the same maid team that Alexandrina is. So because Alexandrina and her are in the same team, both of their passives also trigger. That makes sense? Now, Alexandrina's passive would trigger with any of these two. So it doesn't really matter which one I'd have in the team. But Ambi's passive triggers because I have Alexandrina, and Corin's passive triggers because I have Alexandrina. So do you guys get how I built the team? I hope that made sense. So that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna go to Signal Search and you're gonna get your first 5-star, and hopefully if you like the 5-star, then you're going to start building your teams based on this 5-star that you got. Here's where your 70 pulls are gonna go. There's really nowhere else that you can pull with the non-limited pulls that you get, like the normal master tapes that you get. Another thing that this pulls has is something that Honkai Impact 3rd also has. I'm sorry, not Honkai Impact 3rd. It's also a thing that Honkai Star Rail also has. Like we get the random one at 50 or before 50, right? In my case, I got it before 50, and that is it. You only get the selectable agent when you get 300, and that takes a while. Now, I haven't ever actually spent my polychromes in my stellar jades, my primo gems. I never spend that premium currency in normal pulls. I only do normal pulls in hoyoverse games whenever the game decides to give normal pulls up for free. Doing that, it took me about 4 months ish in Honkai Star Rail to get the 300 pulls that I needed to get my guaranteed non-limited 5-star. So that is a long time, guys. Okay, it is a long time for you to get one of these if you are going 100% free to play and you only pull on the non-limited banner whenever the game gives you something for free to do it. This is what I suggest you doing, but I just want you guys to know that this 300 pity that they have for a selectable agent will take forever if you choose to do that. Okay, it is what it is. Again, not even close to what Wuthering Waves gave us. That is too bad. It is something that this game, like, I really wish that people in the feedback tell them, listen, you guys suck compared to Wuthering Waves in the free stuff that you're giving us. Like, maybe at least make this 80 pulls. And you might be saying I'm asking for too much, but Wuthering Waves did exactly what I'm telling you. It put this at 80 pulls, this selector, and it made 120 million freaking dollars in its first month of service. Doing something like that isn't going to put this game under by any means, especially it being a hoyoverse game with a charming story, like funny characters. You know, it's a good game. So there is no way in hell that you're going to convince me that them doing the same thing that Wuthering Waves did here would, put them under or it's bad for the game, whatever. It's not. Wuthering Waves just completely proved my point on that. So this is a big problem that I think the game has. But anyways, going on. What I suggest you guys doing from here on out is every polychrome that you get, spend on the limited banner. The limited banner always has the best characters, bro. That is freaking obvious because that's just how gacha games work. In my case, I was very lucky. I was just honestly just very lucky that I got Alexandrina. So like, it's very good for me to pull on Ellen right now because Ellen is like a top tier character in the game, and she is of the maid team, so she can work well with Alexandrina, and Alexandrina is one of the best supports in the game. That makes sense, right? So for me, I have to go for her. It's 100% the best thing for me to do for my account right now. Even though she looks cool and she's a fucking shark bait, like, why would you not go, right? But that's just it. Any polychromes that you get after that, just my suggestion to you guys is spend it on the limited banner, and that's just the way things go. Problem is that MiHoYo doesn't need to because they have so many fanboys. That's true. That's true. It's the Pokemon thing that we were talking about during my Wuthering Wave streams, right? They have so many fanboys that they're just gonna play the game no matter what rewards they actually give people, and that's why it sucks. Like, competition is good because the other game is showing you that these things that you ask for, they are not, what's the word? It's like, we're not asking too much. It is literally not even close to asking too much because the game made 120 million and it gave me 3 non-limited 5-stars. This game is giving us 1 at random. Wuthering Waves gave us 3 non-limited 5-stars. 2 of them were selectors, dude. Game's still doing fine. That is a problem, though. The problem is that people are just gonna eat this up, and they're not gonna. A lot of people are not gonna just like acknowledge that this game could be better, right? Especially in the release rewards things. But it is what it is. This video is supposed to be like a guide for you guys to, know where to spend your stuff, know how to get the stuff that you want to get, and kind of how you go about building your team in the beginning. All right, you guys are the best. I'm doing this for YouTube, by the way. It's like people ask me so much, dude.